What's going on, my babies? Welcome back to another episode of The Spiritual Word. As always, I apologize for any noises in the background in advance and anything of that nature. And before I start these, I like to start these off with a disclaimer by stating that these are for entertainment purposes only, and to always do your own research, to come to your own conclusions, to have your own answers, to make your own decisions. And I believe in your ability to be your own person and to do so, as you're already doing so. Also, I apologize if you can hear my fan in the background. So in today's episode, we're going to do spirituality for dummies. We're going to be talking about the I knows and how those create your reality and how those create or contribute to your vibration. So first, let's get into what an I know is. An I know is those moments where you say, I know something. I know this. I know this. I knew this. Like, for example, let's take this into the context of like a relationship or something. A lot of the times what I've experienced in my personal reality is that a lot of people will just openly state, I know that this person is going to disappoint me. I know that this person is just going to play with my emotions. I know that this person's the one. I know this, right? And your I knows are creating your vibration. And what your vibration excretes, or what it is constantly sending off into the universe, is that you know this thing is true. Therefore, then it becomes truth. So, for example, if you're in a relationship and you're like, I know that this person is just going to break my heart inevitably. I know that eventually this isn't going to work out. Then the universe will provide you with some sort of event or outcome where it doesn't. Because your I knows are feeding the vibration that you're existing at. So, use this to your advantage, because now you know consciously what an I know is. And I knows are how you create. So, and in today's episode, this is where I got my inspiration. I have this book on loving relationships, and I had flipped to a random page, and it was talking about the relationship with the body. And the way that I took that, I took that in different facets, so I want to talk about that too. The first facet that I took it in is that a lot of people, they identify with love being physical, as in like you need to physically be in connection with somebody in order to feel love or in order to feel loved. And also identifying with, this is like my second interpretation of that, which is that most people, they don't give themselves physical love, as in like they don't sit down with each other and nourish each other and like nurture themselves. They're not really their most fruitful self, because they don't nurture themselves. And that was the other way that I took it. And then the third way that I took it is your vibration, because there's many different layers to this physical experience. So with that being said, that's why I wanted to talk about the I knows, because the I knows create your existence and create your experience. And because the majority of my viewership is females, or is women, and is that the gender female. And because I feel like it's also partially because I'm a girl. So, and because most of my content is mad cheesy, and a lot of guys who are not feminine, they do not enjoy this type of content. But I know a lot of people who do enjoy, the spiritual content that I produce. So I want it to be not just for girls, but I do want to talk about this really brief thing. A lot of girls will give themselves up. And this is not even just girls, this is guys too, or whatever you identify as. A lot of people in general, they think that in order to feel love with somebody, they have to like physically do something with that person, as in like, be intimate with that person in order to experience or create this idea that this person loves me enough to do this with me, or this person loves me for my body, and that's enough. And so I just want to touch on that, because that's something that I really feel prominent when it comes to like my girlies community and the community of girls who have experienced a lot of issues when it comes to relationships, especially coming from the book of relationships. So recognize that that's not what's necessary to be loved, and I think that that comes from trauma and your I knows. I know that this person will like me if I do this for them. I know that this person will feel closer to me if I do this for them, which is not always the case. So you have to recognize that yourself. But I'm going to move on from that, just because that can go into a really deep rabbit hole. So the I knows are creating your vibration. So what you know is creating your vibration. If you know that you're going to have a bad day, if you know that you've been having bad days and you know that it's evidence, right? Because we think that we're collecting evidence when in reality we're just experiencing and observing what's going on. And it doesn't mean that that's what's next. But we take it as, yep, that's what's next, right? We watch the show that we call our lives every single day, every single moment, and we say, I know that, this character is going to do this to me. I know that this is this person to me. I know that this is going to happen to me because I know it. Because I've observed it and I've been collecting evidence to back this up, right? But the universe is going to back up your I knows. So regardless of whether you know that something is going to happen, it's not necessarily true. And the I knows is what's bringing something to you. So it's your natural vibrational state. And if you're constantly bringing, I know that I'm going to have a bad day, then you're going to have bad days. You're going to have a lot more bad days because that's what you're focused on. That's what your attention is focused on. And your vibration will bring you what you're focused on. It's not about whether or not you like this or not. It's whatever you're focusing on. If you're somebody who focuses on the positive moments of life, or you're just somebody who's naturally really upbeat, then naturally you have better days because you're focused. Your attention is on having better days. Your I knows come out in really positive manners. You go out and you say, well, I know that I'll probably run into people who, want to talk to me and want to have fun with me. And I know that, these people love me for who I am. And I know that, I know that everything is very uncertain. And those I knows will create your vibrational state. And your vibrational state is what manifests. So in order to, create a positive relationship, whether that be with yourself or with another person, use your positive I knows, but really feel them, really know them, right? You can't just say, I know that I'm going to have a good day, when deep down you feel like, nope, I'm going to have a shitty day. And your vibration will constantly clash with itself. So turn those I knows into really reinforceful, positive ones if you want to see positivity in your life, and focus on the positive aspects of your life. Try your best to focus on the positive moments of your life, even if the positive moments are really, 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 really tiny, because everything in life is tiny. Your losses in life are really, really small compared to how much, else is going on. Like, you don't just experience losses. You don't just experience sadness. It's just that you focus so solely on those moments that you don't really appreciate when the good ones come around. And it seems like you're always at a lackful state. So with that being said, I hope that this was helpful in any way, shape, and form. I'm gonna end this here just because I just wanted to make this a really short, clear, concise episode, and talk about the I knows and how the I knows impact your experience. And if you now that you know this information, you can apply this in any way, shape, and form that you would like, or just go out and continue to do research on how you create your experience and stuff like that, or all these spiritual things that I talk about. So with that being said, thanks for tuning in and tapping in. And as always, my babies, I love you and I appreciate you so freaking much for being here.